views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
So sexy it hurts, and I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Hey everybody, welcome to Doing It with Styles this week. I appreciate you coming back. I know you put up with a lot of crap from me, but it's always worth it, and you know it. Today I got an old friend. Well, he's kind of a young friend, but I've known him for a while. This is Al York. Al,
Hey.
how you doing?
Nice to see you again, John Boy.
I know. And Noah Parker. Noah, welcome, man.
It's a pleasure.
So, Al, you and Noah got a new sports show going on, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
It's the Al York Sports Show, The Raw Truth.
The Raw Truth.
Yeah, I got the shirt on.
Okay. Why do you call it The Raw Truth?
Because we speak nothing but the truth to help you God, man.
Okay.
So we keep it, no sugarcoating, right to the point, straight facts.
Okay.
That's what's going to separate us.
Give me an example.
If somebody's having a bad basketball game,
Right?
he stunk up the joint. He play horrible that game. Ain't no way around it, no sugarcoating it.
So
Or
he doesn't
somebody
get
have
a trophy just for showing up?
Not in our book. Yeah, you gotta show out. You gotta show out. You don't not just showing up. You gotta show out.
Show out. I can dig it. And
Yeah, man.
and so one of the things I want to talk about, we talked about this before the show, is you make some predictions
Right.
and you tell people what they should be betting on, or at least trying to figure out who's going to win, who's going to lose. How's your record so far this year?
Yeah, this year's actually great. This year, let me look at the paperwork here. I'm at about 56.5%, plus about 20,000. So from the last show that we had 9 months ago,
Right.
I took that negative into a positive. I told you
Right.
it was like bad credit. I
Yep.
had to fix it.
Yep.
I fixed it. We off and running. Y'all could check Capitec, Al York Sports. It's all in the numbers.
Where can we find out York Sports?
You just go to Capitec.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For the as far as the record.
Gotcha.
But if you want Al York Sports in
No, I
general,
want to see your show.
huh?
I want to see your show. Where do I go to see your show?
You got to go to Facebook Live, YouTube.
Okay.
But the Facebook Live is where it's at because we just got with this guy named Syndicate Radio TV,
Right.
who's gonna help us get on 5 major platforms.
Cool.
Not just Facebook, Twitter,
No,
etc.
no, I get it.
Twix, etc.
Right.
And that's gonna start taking place in the next maybe month, 3 weeks. But as of now, Facebook Live and
Right.
YouTube.
And when is the show?
Every Thursday, me and Noah Parker, we kick off at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern.
Okay.
On Facebook Live, we intervene with the people. We very transparent, and we get them nothing but nothing but the truth to help them God.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
And what do you do, Noah?
Well, I would say I'm more of the talent, but not really. But I have a lot.
Comic relief?
There you go. I have a lot more of the information, and I feel like I bring a lot to the table, and just all sports. You can throw any topic at me, doesn't matter what it was, and I'll spit everything I know about that topic, and
So
I'll give it to
who's
you
the
raw.
current point leader in the NBA?
Current all time or current
No,
still playing
just this year so far.
this year?
No,
Well, the
there's
NBA
no NBA
the
right
NBA
now.
hasn't
No, I know,
started
but
yet.
we had it
okay,
earlier in the
okay.
year.
Right,
Wasn't there a
Yeah, yeah.
March Madness, something like that? Isn't that what they call it?
No, that's the
No, that's college basketball. He's trying chickens already.
Yeah, that's a good one though. But I mean, I feel like the point of this show is so many topics coming out every day. There's a new news stream. There's something big on it, but you got to give it to them straight. You don't try to
Right.
say, this game was like for instance, college football just started.
Right.
And people are going to say, oh man, those 2 games the other night were great. It's, week 0, they were horrible football games to watch. So many errors, so many, mental mistakes and low IQ because, they're not in the swing of things yet. But people are going to say, oh man, that was great football. No, I'm coming at you straight and saying that was not good football to watch from a coach's standpoint, from a fan standpoint. But that's what I'm talking about with just giving to you raw and just giving to the raw truth.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. And maybe it's just me, but it seems to me that the quality of the refs and their calls has gone way down in the last few years. It just seems to be getting worse and worse. And it used to be, I mean, yeah, you'd have an argument with the ref or once in a while, but for the most part, they were all doing a pretty damn good job, and it just doesn't seem like they are to me anymore. Is that?
Well, the problem with that for me is, they're getting scrutinized because there's so many more camera angles and technology. You can see these mistakes that they're making in slow.
They're being exposed.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, frame by frame, you're seeing everything now because 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have that kind of technology. And now with all the challenges and replay reviews,
Facts.
you can see how many mistakes these referees are making, umpires are making. So it's definitely being exposed. But what can you do? They're humans.
Yeah,
They're
no,
human error.
and that I can dig, because if you're looking this way and something's happening over
course.
there, the camera's going to catch it, but you're not.
Right.
But it just seems like the stuff that they are catching, it just seems like there's bad calls, and maybe
This-
I just
Yeah,
you know,
this
maybe
the
it's just
issue.
me.
This the issue I got. Both of y'all is right about the angles and stuff like that. We human beings, we're gonna make mistakes, especially when you're not in the right spot.
Right.
Because positioning is everything. A lot of times we get off position, and I know because I'm an umpire, so I know about that. But this is the thing that get me upset. You go to the replay, you see it crystal clear the mistake, and they still get it 50% wrong.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you mess up something you
It's
see?
all about the Benjamins, man.
Oh man,
Right?
You're right, man. It's whatever they need to happen.
That's
Remember
right.
what I told you before?
That's right.
If they need the Saints to win because
Yep.
all the money's on Atlanta,
Yep.
they'll find a way how to get the ball to the Saints. That's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Bread and circuses,
Oh
man.
man, it's crazy, man.
So, what do you like most about what you're doing now, Al?
What I love what I'm doing is that I finally, like I told you, when I hate to use this analogy, he'd probably be upset, but like when you're a gentleman and you're looking for the right person to be with, it takes a while to find that right person.
Right?
Whether it's a female, a male, etc. I finally found somebody who loves the game as much as me, who's younger than me, that wants to push, who's never misses an appointment with me. Yo, this is my dude right here. Like everywhere I go, he right there with me. And like I told you, we started out with a panel on my new show, and we basically cut out the fat.
Yeah.
And this is what I came up with. And I'm happy now. Now I think I got what it takes. His style is very unique. He knows I'm original. You put unique and original together,
Yep.
it spells nothing but success in my book, bro. And that's all I can say.
Smells
man.
like a Popeye chicken sandwich, man.
I'd rather say, what's that, Chick-fil-A, is it?
Chick-fil-A.
Fuck
I ate a
guys.
couple of those. Them things is good, man.
Nah.
Yeah, them
Nah.
things
You
is
don't have
good.
to wait 30 minutes either to get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I'll go over to Raising Cane's. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Cane's, but
yeah, me too.
when you eat too much of anything,
Yeah.
much of anything's not good for
I'll tell
you.
you what I do like is the wing stop. They've got the
My boy
garlic,
be doing it, yeah, my boy
the
be
garlic
doing it.
and,
Parmesan
and,
and
Parmesan, man. Oh, I eat the shit out of that.
Yeah, my boy goes after work in the morning, after graveyard shift,
Yeah.
he's over there. I said, I can't eat that in the morning. Yeah, I need some pancakes and stuff like that, man.
So, how about you, Noah? What do you like best about what you're doing here?
Well, I do a lot of local radio shows,
Right.
and that's mostly just talking into a microphone. I don't have to worry about how I look.
Right.
So I'm still getting accustomed to it because I've always just done, come here, we just need you as a guest, do a 20, 30-minute segment, and that's it. And I've been used to doing that for a while now because I'm here, I'm not a known handicapper, but I've kind of sold before in the past, and a lot of people in the city know me as
Right.
a guy that since I got out of the military almost 2 decades ago now, I've just been a constant handicapper in every book. I've worked in a lot of the books out here. So a lot of people know me, and, I don't mind giving my opinion on a couple games here, but going on Al's show, I can kind of be more explicit. I don't have to be as edited because, local radio
Right.
or even
What I call
XM
terrestrial radio or TV.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a little bit
You're-
different.
You're quite limited to what you can say and do.
Yes, I
So,
mean, and
which
that's
is why I'm here doing what I'm doing.
exactly. And that's huge because I'm so used to just talking into a microphone, and I could just back off and wait till the co-host or whatever,
Right.
the host,
Right.
tells me to come back in. With his show, I have to look into a camera. I have to interact with the people asking questions.
Right.
And it's a little different, and I enjoy it, and I like the fact that it's consistent every week. I don't have to just wait for a phone call. Hey, I don't have to just the March
Right.
Madness is coming up. Can
Right,
you talk
right,
about
right.
this? Or it's every once in a while. This I know when I have to be there and what I have to do, and it's I enjoy it, and I think the show's starting to pick up more, and we'll get there.
Yeah, it's you got a good show. It's pretty interesting.
Appreciate you, brother.
What's the hardest thing about what you're doing?
Oh, the hardest thing is getting used to just talking into a camera, looking into a camera, and having to actually dress like I am. I don't have to just show up to the studio
Right.
in basketball shorts and a wife beater.
Right.
I have to actually do my hair sometimes and actually look like I'm presentable.
Well,
That's the hardest thing.
you only have to do that if you want people to watch.
Oh, exactly.
And,
yeah, that's,
and,
you
and
have
give
to.
yourself some
Right.
credibility.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't care about that, then
No, then people won't watch anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look how I dress. What about you, Al? What you're doing right now? What's the hardest part of the thing that you hate the worst?
Oh, damn, that's a good question again, John. You always got these good questions, you know that?
Oh, dude, I'm just getting warmed up, man.
Listen, John, when I get into my sports mode, there's nothing I hate, man. It takes me out of my real life, which is, the 9 to 5 or the graveyard shift. This is playtime for me, man. Anything that has to do with sports, and he knows whatever turns people on freaks me out. So
Yeah.
he knows I'm totally in. That's what gets him going, because he sees an older cat feeling like more of a kid than,
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
I mean, most people are younger than you, man. I'm probably the only
You
one
ain't
you know
lying.
that's
You ain't
not,
lying.
that's
Yeah,
not younger
ain't-
than you, right?
You ain't lying, but when you love what you do, this is why I tell them, we're not almost there because we still looking for these people, the right people, for money to take us on. We had a couple situations. I'd rather not talk about them because we're moving forward. But we just need the right connection. Like I said, put us in the right platform, and we're gonna take off.
Well,
I told you
and-
that the last time
Yep.
before I even connected with them.
Yep.
And now that I connected with them, I kind of see us. If I had to break it down, if you were to ask me, I'm gonna ask something you should ask me. What makes us what we are? I follow our trend like Jordan and Pippen.
Right.
That's how I think we are. I think there's no better combination ever than Jordan and Pippen beside Madden and Summerall.
Okay.
That were, broadcasters
right,
on
right,
TV.
right.
And the only thing with them, though, they only did football. You see, we do it all. So
Right.
that's just how I feel. And like I said, we waiting for our opportunity. We're not rushing for anything. We need the money, John. But we don't want to take no BS deals. We want the right situation, the right spot. I write the whole show. He like he said, he's a freestyle king. All I got to tell him, we're talking Chicago Bulls. He already
Right.
know what to do. We're talking Tennessee Titans. He already know what to do. Be ready to go, John.
So what do you think about the Raiders coming in?
Oh, I love the Raiders. I told you that before, because now I can actually see football games again.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not in New York, but I'm able to see two different teams. Not that I like either or, but you have the ability to watch them.
Right.
But the Raiders, like I said, when my Cowboys go in there, because my Cowboys will go in there, whether it's this year, next year, or even the New England Patriots, that's when I'm going to go watch those games, because those teams I love to watch.
Do you think they're really going to be as good for the books here as people think?
They're going to be a good team.
Yeah.
They're going to be a good team.
You
But
think they're going to
be
be able to? You think they're going to be able to get the fan base that the
hockey team
the
got?
Golden Knights got when they first
Yes,
came on?
easy.
You think so, huh?
Because the difference is, Raiders got fans that moved out here.
Right.
Golden Knight fans were homegrown.
Right.
Raider fans moved out here on top of us becoming Raider fans. Not us as in me,
Right.
but us as in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge. If Derek Carr plays to his potential, and that team plays like mistake-free, they can actually make a run for the division. I'm
Yeah.
saying it right now.
You mean in the first year?
Yes.
The first year
I'm
here?
saying it right now in the John Styles show.
Okay.
They're going to make a run at that division.
You heard it first, so go put your money down. And
Yeah.
and if they don't, you can get a hold of Al York. He'll refund all your bets.
Listen. Remember, though, Derek Carr has to play.
Yeah.
If he's funking it up out there, that changes everything. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you think it's going to affect? For so long, the reason that we didn't have pro teams here was the books didn't want them.
Right.
And do you think that they're going to be as welcoming? Do you think that's going to really change now that they are here? I mean, do you think that the Golden Knights have helped turn that attitude around?
Yeah, but let me move back a little bit. When
Okay.
you said that we never had a team here, it was like some type of agreement because nobody had gambling spots either. Once the world gravitated to the gambling, that's when Vegas said, you know what, we ain't staying behind.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring some teams over
Right.
here. So
Yeah, but we should have
I
had a
think-
team 20 years ago.
yeah, but a lot of that didn't happen, John, because, the politics, the fact that, there's no, in other words, we're not going to do gambling, leave the sports thing alone as far as on the field.
Right.
But like I said, once they pass that law, Vegas going to have about at least 4 or 5 teams before it's done and over with.
You think so?
Yes. What they working on now?
I think
2, 3?
Baseball, I think.
Well, we got the
next.
Aces.
Yeah, we have the Aces.
Yeah.
The WNBA, but I think baseball's on the horizon.
We got the soccer
You
team,
saw-
too, that's
the
coming
lights.
out.
That's what I'm
Those
saying.
guys
Now they open
yeah.
to everything.
But
Yeah.
I think NBA is gonna, eventually, when they see what WNBA does in numbers, NBA will come on. We already had the All-Star game here.
Right.
I mean, the draft will come, and then we'll have, baseball. We already have the new minor league stadium that's putting up incredible numbers.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a team like the Tampa Bay Rays leaving where they're not making any progress in the population. And the problem was, it wasn't just that the books didn't want these major league sports. These major league sports didn't want anything to do with the books.
Yeah.
It was a lot of gray area. You saw teams
Right.
in the 80s and early 90s.
I don't think it was the
throwing
teams, it was the
games.
owners.
It was the owners too, right.
Right.
But there was a lot of scandals with teams throwing games, even as far back in 1919 with
Yep.
the Black Sox. So it's been an area. There was an elephant in the room that nobody wanted to talk about, but it goes on, and that's one of the reasons why.
But why is it
football's-
working now, though?
so
It's
hey,
funny how it's
people are
working now.
finally starting to just get past that, and we're not in 19.
greed.
Right.
There you go.
And a lot
That's
of
all it is,
That's
man.
what I'ma say.
That's why we're in here.
There's-
just
I love you,
Right.
brother, but I'm going to go with what
right.
he's
Yep,
saying.
I was getting
It's
there.
great.
I was
Because
getting there.
in reality,
At the end of the day,
what happened
right.
to all that? They don't want the players in the casino.
Look at the stuff that we're ignoring just because of the Bucks.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and what do you feel about the women's basketball?
The WNBA
Yeah.
coming here, it was a good step. I don't see. It was a low risk, high reward situation, and the
But
fact
do you
that
think they're getting the exposure that they should?
for the WNBA, yes, because the WNBA already
Well,
doesn't
see,
get any
and that's
exposure.
exactly the point for the WNBA.
Right.
Right.
But
But no.
what about for the sport itself?
Well, they were in a spot a couple years ago where they almost went totally defunct, bankrupt.
Yep.
So, I think this is helping the whole league, get a little re-kick, and eventually, because last year a couple years ago they were in San Antonio
Right.
as the Silver Stars or something like that, and you could see that they were one of the best teams in the league, and they were still talking about relocating, which never happens when a team is playing that well. But I could see it definitely. Especially if they keep winning the Aces, which they look like they're our favorite in some of the spots, but I wouldn't be surprised if WNBA doesn't not blow up to the level of the NBA, but keeps getting the same exposure. You'll start seeing them more on TV, on local channels, and you never know from there.
I think it'll do enough to maintain. I don't think it'll ever reach the peak.
You don't think there's a real that big a market for him?
I mean, he might feel otherwise.
Would you go to the games?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I would go for for the show aspects.
No. Would you go to the
No,
game?
not for myself. No, it's not. It doesn't entice me like that.
Why not?
It just don't. It just don't. Like if you tell me why I don't like waffles, I just don't like waffles.
Okay.
I would.
But
bring
I
my-
mean,
I'm not gonna say
Dude.
because they got square boxes on
boobs
them.
and legs and butts, man. Running up and down the court.
Now, if it
you
was
know?
lingerie ball,
Yeah, but
that
see,
kinda
see,
switches
that-
it up a
and
little
so
bit.
that takes away from the whole the purity of the sport.
Right.
And
Right.
that's exactly what happens is it starts getting,
there was a player that recommended that so that the volume could go up. But
Yeah.
of course, that's not gonna happen.
yeah, that's
No, I would
bullshit.
bring my kids to the games when they get old because you could at least get to see it in person. It's basketball.
You have daughters?
No, I have two sons, but
Okay.
they would still enjoy the game of
Yeah,
basketball
yeah.
in person.
Right.
And there's no problem with it being in Vegas now because the whole gambling aspect's pretty much thrown out. But now they're even getting exposure as the WNBA is in video games. Now they're in the new NBA
Right.
2K, which is I never thought that would ever
I never
happen.
thought
Yeah.
that happened.
But they're getting that's how much more exposure they're getting though. They're starting to really pick up.
They're pushing them, John.
And most people like me would never have thought that would ever happen. I thought they would go defunct before they would be in the next video
Right.
game. So they're picking up a little steam.
What's the matter? You in a hurry? You got someplace to
no,
go?
no. He's got to be out of here a little soon. So that's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Yeah, no.
Like 20
We'll-
minutes before.
Yeah,
I'm good,
that's
though.
that's cool. We can we'll do that. So you got a bunch of notes here. What?
Not no real notes.
Okay, then what is it that you want to talk about that we haven't touched on yet?
No, I mean.
Oh, you can't talk about that.
You always cover everything. Basically, here is just to remind myself that, you know, when you give me the minute to speak, you know, to make sure I mention the sponsors and, you know, how to get to us, etc. You know, our package deals. We sell package deals. But I'll get to that when you
Where can
ask them.
people get that information?
Well, they can inbox me on Facebook or
Right.
IG me and Instagram, or email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. If you're interested in our monthly packages or bi-weekly packages, me and Noah, we sit down, we'll give you all the picks that we're picking. Everything that we would do is what we give out.
Okay.
And we got a fair rate, but those are the discussions that we have when we talk to each other, only because we have questions to ask before we go there.
Right.
Like, for example,
Sure.
per bet, a bet's different.
Right.
So off what you bet on is what we base what we sell our packages for.
Right. So
That's
so
basically
they can go to your. Do you have a website or just your Facebook page or what?
Yeah. We got the Facebook page, the Instagram, the YouTube.
So they
my
can
email,
go to your Facebook page.
and inbox me if they interested.
Okay, and
then
then-
I'll give them my number from there. You know,
Okay.
see how interested they are. Then
And
I'll go
then
from there.
you take PayPal or what? In other words,
Yeah.
I want to know what the line is, or who should I bet on the next
Yeah,
game, and blah blah blah.
PayPal, yeah.
And then you'll tell me, okay, give me $100 and I'll tell you who's going to win. Or
Oh, that's
no,
those are
I'm-
people. Oh, you just okay.
I'm
okay.
just joking with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause you got people like that just
Right.
want one day, one
Right.
game.
But you have packages.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in
we
other
like
words,
to
I
do
can-
the 2
I can-
weeks.
You're gonna send me the pick of the weeks for the next couple of weeks or whatever your package is, right?
Yeah, let's
Is
say
that how
for
you work it?
example, you buy a 2-week package from
Okay.
us.
What do I
We'll
get?
give you within 2 games to 3 games daily. And if there's nothing, then we just don't give you nothing.
Right.
We don't force no place.
Right.
Like me and him spoke about, we're not giving out college football for the first 3 weeks.
Right.
And NFL probably for the first 2 weeks because they just getting their feet
Yeah.
wet.
Right.
You don't want to bet stuff like
Right.
that. You know what I mean? And the guys sell that because people are anxious for it. But like my wife said, regret is at the end.
Right.
You know, you're all excited, you take the bet, then when your bet loses, now you're mad at the
Right.
world. Nah, we rather have the best chances to give people to win, because the more we can help them win, the more we're gonna see their
Sure.
money on a monthly basis.
Right.
And that's bottom
The
line.
more they're going to be coming back and telling their
Yes.
friends and
yes.
yeah. And then you got a chance of getting some sponsors.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Yeah, you know the whole deal. Why you ain't rich so you could take on us, man?
hey, I'll take on anybody if they got the bucks, man. You know that.
Right.
So Noah, what do you have any input, or are these picks Al's, or do you guys?
Well,
how
no,
do
both
you
of us,
how do you
both
do
At the
that?
end of the day, we met each other in the book.
Okay.
And he knows I've been in these books for a while. I was doing this even when I was in the military. When I was in the Marine Corps, I was kind of doing stuff like this, with giving out plays.
Are you one of them fucking jarheads?
I was.
You slimy puke.
First in, last out. Feed the proud.
Semper Fi, bro.
Semper Fi. There you go. So we.
I never asked you this. Hold up. Did you like the movie Full Metal Jacket?
It was an entertaining movie.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't mind it at all. It was well written.
Goma Pa. Look at it.
But the.
The better one was the DI.
Oh yeah, of course.
With Jack Webb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All that. Yep.
So were you Paris Island or Hollywood?
Oh, Hollywood.
Me too.
My father even looked at me in disgust because he went to Paris Island back in the 50s, and he looked at me like, when I graduated, I thought I was going to get I was proud of you. He looked
Yeah.
at me and said, what is this? Were you on vacation, or were you actually doing anything out here with all these palm trees?
Yeah.
Of course, but he was a Paris Island guy.
Right.
So, but even when I was overseas and when I was, in the military, I still had the Vegas mindset. I was still watching games when I could
Right.
even with the time difference, still trying to stay involved as I can, because that's a great getaway too mentally. So you don't get too brainwashed into what you're doing, and you kind of lose it. So now, when I got out, I tried to go, full. I was in the books behind the counter, one side, and I was betting on the other side of the counter. So I've always had to, always handicapping, always prognosticating each sport as best as I could. Met Al in the book. We kind of knew each other, but I'd see him here and there, and
Tell him the truth how you met me,
I
man.
knew he knew his
But
stuff.
tell him how you met me. I used to go there and drop how many dimes on your thing.
He would try to test my knowledge. And, I'm not. It's hard to get a few past me once you.
Right.
Because I don't miss anything when it comes to the games. But I knew that he knew his stuff, and I think he knew what I was doing. So at the end of the day, everything we talk about, of course, is the truth, and we trying to bring it to you from this angle and that angle. But people that watch know that we know our stuff. So
Right.
if they're going to ask for our information on winning, at the end of the day, we trying to hit 60, 65%. You don't win every game you play, it's impossible for anybody. We
That's-
don't, we don't
ain't
try
gonna
to
happen.
we don't try to get
Yeah.
pipe dreams that we're going 45-0.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about that. We just want to win you money consistently, and at the end of the season or at the end of the month, you made some money, you make good money, and you'll come back.
Right. 51.5% is like a break even.
Yeah.
So if you can get 53%, you winning from somebody.
Right.
55%, you winning for somebody. So we hit between 56 and 60. Those are our numbers.
Gotcha.
And those been definitely, look at the last 3 months. I mean, you could go right on Capitec. I'm 76 and 34, which is 69%.
That's good. Yeah.
Plus 16,600. This is all on Capitec. So
Right.
what I'm saying doesn't mean anything. Just check me out.
Yeah.
Look it up.
So when you're working the book, you ever have anybody come up and you just go, dude, you're just throwing your money away?
Yes.
All the time.
Indeed.
I mean, you just can't. You don't say that obviously
I
in
was
your
just
head.
gonna say, you can't say
you
that
just
out
look
loud.
at him and just like you kind of roll your eyes like, here he goes again. He's throwing his whole bank.
Have you ever seen this sport?
Like you try, is this the only hobby you got? Because it's not your best one.
Yeah, you're gonna
But
starve to
all
death.
you can do is just kind of shake your head and be like, man, these books are cleaning up on people just like you. But hey, that's how these giant buildings and skyscrapers
Well,
are
that
made out here.
listen, that this whole town was not built on winners.
No, not
you know,
at all.
that's not where the money came
Not
from.
at all.
So
See, this is why this town would always make money.
No matter what.
You know why? Everybody
'Cause people
thinks-
are stupid.
Everybody thinks they're a handicapper.
yeah, no, I know.
So the longest the books know that, that's why they put the books everywhere.
Yeah,
Because it's hard for people to buy into somebody's service, because there's going to be days where you don't agree with me and your team will win,
Right.
and all of a sudden you think you're a handicapper now.
Right.
Because you got one win different from what I got
Right.
in like a 2-week span. So the books will always benefit of people thinking they're handicapped. Because if this town only went through 4 people, let's say the 4 highest qualification cappers, this town would get closed down.
Yeah.
He knows that, I know that. But the fact that everybody thinks they're handicapped, they're going to always make money.
So what sports do you pretty much cover?
You talking to me or him?
Whoever
we cover
wants,
every-
whoever wants to
listen,
answer.
We cover football, college football, college basketball, NBA, MLB, boxing. Sometimes we'll have a UFC fight if something is really strong and we
Right.
like it. Because I got a kid named The Specialist, who's Justin Yu. He's great on the UFC. So if he gives me something, we'll give that out.
Right.
And like I said, we big on the teasers. Hopefully I don't have to explain what a teaser means again, but we really big on teasers. We really big on prop bets. And what I like about me and Noah, we have an understanding that if we don't like a game, we don't argue. We just next. And that's what understanding is about.
Right.
There's no me and it's no I and we. You know what I'm saying? When we do it together, like even the show, like I tell him, yo, talk more, man. I know it's my show, but you too, you in the show,
Yeah.
dude. And that's why he's real comfortable, and that's why we got what we got, John. And I think it's special. And a lot of people not gonna notice until they take us on how special we got, because we're changing the game. I told you that a while ago. We're not just looking like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman all suited up. No, we bringing our own demeanor into the sports world. Own style, own way of doing stuff. And he mentioned to me the other day that there's a lot of people that he noticed that are kind of nipping off my style. And I told him, I said, listen,
Dude,
they
there's
only making
millions
me,
of them out there.
yeah, they only gonna make me look better, because
Right.
when you doing what I'm doing, you don't know how to make adjustments.
Right.
I know how to make adjustments. So you can copy me all you want. When it's time for the adjustment period, good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it like that. And that's the same with him, because he's got the same style as me. You know what I'm saying? So this is why, but we kick it different. It's kind of like the Wu-Tang Clan. I don't know if you remember the Wu-Tang Clan. They all
Yeah,
got like the
yeah,
same
yeah.
style, but they all kick it different.
Right.
Meaning like they express themselves
Sure.
different.
Well, that's what makes them a good group.
There you go, a great group.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said that. Oh man, John Styles.
So what do you see in the future? Where do you see yourself going? I mean,
Sky's the limit.
Not where do you hope you're going? Where do you want to go? But where do you? And I'm not talking about whether the show goes worldwide, nationwide,
right.
whatever. I'm talking about how are you developing your talents, your skills to set you apart from everybody else that's doing what you're doing.
Well, like I told him the other day, all we can keep doing is carve away, which means keep working. Just keep working. people are gonna see us. We're gonna be on a high platform. We're not close to signing no deals. I thought we were, but like I said, I'm not gonna get into that. So we have to start all over, which is a horrible thing all the time. But you know what? But
and you
gotta
know
do
what they
you
say
gotta
in
do.
this town, right?
What they say in this town.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
Okay, I like that. But all me and them could do is be the best that we can be, and continue to love what we doing. And I always told him I would never sell him a dream, but if we work hard, somebody's gonna see us and want to invest in
Right.
us. I mean, it's impossible that won't happen if we're doing what we're doing.
And I agree with you. However, there's all the work behind the scenes too that
Yeah.
you got to be aware of.
Yeah.
And if you want, people are not just going to pick up their phone and start watching. You got to be out there. You got to be
Yeah.
talking to people that are potential sponsors.
There you go.
People that you know, and places that that you frequent, that you go to.
Yep.
That, hey, dude, check out my show. You know.
John, even when I'm working, I'm giving out YouTube and Facebook.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be doing security, and when I get a minute, I be like, yo, go to the YouTube, go to the Facebook, check out me and Know with the Al York Sports Show. I'm always working around the clock, and I'm feeding that
And that's
to
getting-
him where
that's
he's
getting branded.
doing it too. Yeah, and I'm telling you, now when we, like I said, when we Syndicate Radio TV, all he's gonna do for us is put us amongst people.
Right.
That's all we want.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing special like helping us in any way how to better our product. But I told him, just get us to the people. We'll do the rest.
Yeah.
And he's able to do that, unlike a lot of other people
Sure.
were able to do. And then me and him are happy with that.
Good.
Yeah, we don't want to be babysitted. Just get us in a platform where we could perform.
Right.
Let us do what we do. And speak nothing but the raw truth, man. Because I love it, man.
Cool.
I love it. I wish
So-
we had a show right now.
We're getting a little short on time here, so I'm
Yeah.
going to give you each a chance to tell the people out there anything that you want to tell them now.
I'll start with Noah Parker because he has to run out of here. I got a little more time.
Okay.
I'll kill a couple more minutes with you, Johnny boy.
I mean, you can find I got my Twitter is at Crooklyn Ball. I'm over there always just rambling about whatever game's going on here and there. And then Instagram, I'm on there too. I think it's N_Parker_baller. But that's mostly just my kids and everything. But that's how you can contact me to reach me so we can get you going and start getting some winners. Because everybody want winners, but they try to do it themselves. And they think it's all about picking winners, but at the end of the day, it's all about being financially smart too. You can't just start with one unit here. I break it down and tell you how you should be betting, because a lot of people go 3-0, and then they think they hype. They'll put what they just won, that whole 3-0, on one game, and money management is really key.
Money management,
when
yeah.
it comes to betting, and people don't know that. And
Someone told
they get
me
emotionally.
years ago about blackjack, and that is the most. If you're going to play blackjack, that's the most important thing, is the money
Exactly,
management.
exactly.
And back when you could start out playing $1, he said, you bet $1, and if you win, you bet $2.
I've heard that.
So you're betting one of theirs and one of yours.
Right.
If you win that, you bet 3 because you pulled yours. You're betting with theirs now.
Right, you
If
stay
you
on
win
3.
that, it's 5.
Stay-
So every time it's 1, 2, 3, 5, and every time you lose, you go back to that 1. People don't do that.
No,
I lost $5. I'm going to bet 10 to make it
They
up.
go opposite.
You know?
They
This is the
chase.
thing.
And
They
they'll
chase.
do the same thing with this.
The chase, I finally broke out of that a couple years ago. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got a game that's won and it's taken from you, you know how hard it is not to
Emotionally.
double up?
Yeah.
Because when you're a competitor,
Yeah.
the whole thing about being a competitor is fighting to the end, John.
Right.
So how do you not fight to the end after that happens? Like, it's like you learn how to be some way, but then you got to be another way. It's like a fighter. They tell a fighter he can't fight outside of the ring. So if a guy punches him in the face, he's taught his whole life to protect himself, right? But now he can't hit you back because his hands are considered weapons.
Right.
You see where I'm going with it?
But
same thing with chasing.
No,
Chasing the same. I'm telling you right now.
that's an excuse, man.
No, I'm telling you, man.
No. I'm
John,
telling you that
John,
is because you did it.
John, we
right?
been yeah,
you did it.
but it wasn't easy.
Well, nobody says it's easy.
It's not easy, John.
But I'm saying that's the whole point.
John, it's
It's
hard
like,
to walk away and say, you know what, I'm
what
done
is
for
the
the
goal,
day, right?
if you're betting at the sports book, what's your goal?
To win.
All right. So if what you're doing is not letting you win, you got to change.
Right.
And if you don't, then you're not fighting till the end. You're
See,
committing suicide.
But this is the thing that messes a lot of people up. A lot of people win those chase bets, so they think it's a formula.
They don't.
You don't lose every chase
they,
bet.
They win once in a while.
No, but they win enough where they know they can win.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I had to overcome
But then the
that.
next one that they've stepped it up a bit, they lose.
That's what I'm saying. That's
right.
why
And that's what you got to hate.
you have to.
Dude,
I got to run away from it. That's how I defeat it.
Right.
Just run away from it.
I got $20. I'm going to go out and gamble. Okay, so I go blow my $20, and I win 10 or I win 40 or whatever. All right, half of that goes in my pocket. The
Right.
other half is my mad money. That's what you bet on. That's what you gamble with. And every time you lose, hey, that's it. You know, walk away. You know, come back another time.
One of the key factors that I give my clients, what I tell people, is when you're just doing sports, not horse racing or anything.
Right.
I try to when I just give out my sports bets, you put all your action in at that one time, and then you're done for the day.
Yes.
So there's no
Don't keep
possibility
coming
to chase.
back, right.
Now, if you have a losing day, you go 1-3.
Yeah.
I mean, you went 1-3. Tomorrow we'll get it back. There's no emotional. You can't go back there. I'm mad right now that I'm down. You know, if you do that on your own, I didn't give you that advice.
You work the books. You've seen it.
Oh yeah, I've
all
seen it
the
many
time,
times.
you know?
People were chasing the Hawaii game Saturday nights.
Yeah.
There's more people bet on the Hawaii game than than the biggest game of the day that happened at 2-3 p.m.
Right.
Because there a lot of people were chasing that
Yep.
the money they lost. That's why I always try to tell people when you're managing your money in the sports world betting, take care. Knock all your bets down. I don't care if the game starts at 8 p.m. Put the bet in when you're putting in your 11 a.m. games.
Right.
And then you're done for the day. Now you watch
You
watch
walk away.
3-1. And emotionally, you might get upset, but if you lose, of course. But if you win in that, you didn't chase, you didn't over bet on the last game because you won a couple of the early games. That's it. You put your same unit, and then you're out the door, and then you can't chase.
So you and your wife are having an argument, right?
Right.
And the more emotional you get, the worse it's going to be.
Of course.
Right.
But if you can say, hey, you know what? Let's take 5 minutes. Let's walk away. Let's cool off.
That's what I did yesterday.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's going to turn out a lot better. It's the
Yes.
same way with this, man. If you got that
got it.
if you got that emotional hook in there, you're going to screw yourself
You gotta.
because you're going to start doing stupid shit.
Yes. You
And-
kind of gotta get beat up first to like overcome it. Like
Sometimes,
I
yeah.
hate to say that, but when you're 24/7 into this, see, it's easier for you. Like I had a girl one time that she used to smoke once in a while, right? I used to smoke every day, so I told her it's hard for me not to smoke. This was back in the days, 22 years ago. She goes, just pop a annihilator in your mouth. I said, that's easy for you to do because you don't
Right.
smoke as much. But when you're smoking every day, you can't just pop a annihilator in your mouth. So the point I'm trying to get at is these gamblers, these degenerates, because
It's
we
an
all
addiction.
at one time was a degenerate at one time.
Yeah,
I know
it's an
I'm not right
addiction.
now. I don't even
It's an
put
addiction.
money up no more. I mean, one, because the money's hard to get now, and another, I'm not interested in it right
Yeah.
now. I'm just not. But the moral of the story, I kind of lost the fact I was trying to get at is just you just gotta you gotta be strong. You gotta know what you want, and you can't fall victim. But this is the thing when he was saying about the client, you can tell clients whatever you want. Degenerates will tell you anything. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And the reason why I know because I used to win people money, and when I called them for the new package, they wouldn't pick up the phone, and I'm like, why would they pick up? I went 12-5 for them this week. You know why, John? Because they went and blew all that profit
I know.
betting their own stuff.
I know.
So this is why this game is so difficult. You have to get people who are level-headed, who are willing. Like the best people to get is people that don't gamble,
Yeah.
and then you tell them what to do. But the guys that been gambling for years who can't win, those are the worst people to have. and you know that.
I got a friend that loves horse racing. He's he goes down to the book. He'll spend the whole day there and maybe spend $20. He's a $2 bettor, but he loves the sport.
Oh.
He knows all the jockeys. He knows the horses. He knows the trainers. He knows the tracks. And to him, that's what he does. And I had gone to some of the off-track betting with him. This was years ago, and I don't know shit about that, you know. So I'm betting this $5 stuff and winning all this money, and he's getting pissed. You know, because I'm just too dumb to know that the bets I'm making are dumb. So,
But you know, with horse racing, it's more of a, you have to know going in.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm not gonna have this $20. Most likely,
Yeah.
whatever I'm walking in with, I'm probably walking out.
You're
with
walking
nothing.
out with.
Especially when you go to the track.
Yeah.
Because you know that's a spectacle in itself, just being there. But you know, as long as you have that mindset, you can, you know, that you can afford to lose.
But
this money, it's different.
that's the whole thing with gambling.
With gambling,
period.
right. But that,
It-
especially
it's-
in horse
if you take
racing,
that money out of your pocket, it's
exactly,
gone.
exactly.
It's gone. You
most
know.
That's a great point. That's a great
No,
point.
you have to have that attitude.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I can afford to throw this money in the
Right.
street.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and or instead of buying this, I'm going to do this.
Right.
And you have to have that. You got to figure that I'm throwing this shit away. That's it. And if you can do that, then you'll be successful.
There you go. A wise man told me, once you make your bet, you already lost your money.
Yep.
And I said, what do you mean by that? Nah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
They got your money now.
That's right.
You got to get that money back.
Yeah.
So that I'm totally with you on that, Johnny.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. So, what else you got?
Basically, any sponsors that want us to advertise for you guys, inbox me at Al York. Go to Instagram, Al York Sports. Go to my email, al.newyork@yahoo.com. The more sponsors we can take on, the merrier. I mean, we got a guy, Tony Mazzola, who just signed with us. He's very happy. We want to get a lot more to you guys. And like I said, it's going to be worth for the pennies we're charging you guys to jump on ship now, because later on, it ain't going to be pennies, if you know what I mean. So it's better that you gravitate to us now so you can kind of lock in your number.
Yep.
Then wait till later on. And that's basically it. Anything you want to add on there, Noah Parker?
You got it on. You nailed it. Hit the nail on the head right there.
And like I said, for everything, packages, sponsors, any questions, inbox me, Al York, or like IG me on Instagram. I mean, we here for you guys. Nothing but the raw truth. We're not going to pull your leg on anything, because I believe in looking at your faces the next day. If I BS you guys, I can't look in your face via a lot of guys that we know.
Right. And you
Who hide from
you
people.
can't afford to leave town, so
You'd be surprised what I can do, John. But yeah, but the moral of the story, we just here to keep it as honest as possible, man. That's all we here for. We're not selling you anything but the truth. I mean, do you want anything else but that? Some guys do, unfortunately. They want those lies.
Yeah.
They want that 89% in the last 20 bets.
and that's all bullshit.
It's all
it's
bullshit,
impossible.
man.
All right, Noah. Thanks a
I
lot, man.
appreciate you
Appreciate
having
you coming in. Al, nice seeing
John
you again.
Styles. Thank you, my brother.
Not bad for
Oh,
for
man.
a kid there. So, all right, you guys. Hey, I hope you learned something here. Get a hold of Al or Noah, and maybe you can make a few bucks, and maybe you can help him out so that he ends up with a show here on our station. So, it's like I always tell you: if you're gonna do it with styles.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys.
Nice work, John.